Yo, what's up? Back to making videos. Hopefully, sort of, kinda. Videos are being made. I, in the brief time where I was not making videos, I was instead watching a lot of Doctor Who. I liked Doctor as a kid. I stopped watching around the Bibbidi Capaldi era, like a lot of people apparently, and now I've seen every episode. I went back, start to finish. I've seen it all, except for the old stuff. We are starting at Rose, and we're going on to Church at Ruby Rose. So let's do it. Let's do a tier list. It's gonna be epic. Whoa. Um. So, also, by the way, this one was made by at the Who Critic. I've got a few for one per each Doctor. I think they're all the. Aren't they all the Who Critic? Yeah. Shout out to the Who Critic. I'm just stealing their shit. But they're pretty. This is a very good list, very well made. So, Rose. Rose is. I don't think Rose is the goat. Rose is the very first episode of New Who. It's very first Russell T Davies era. It's got a lot of setting up to do. I think the monster's fun. Like just the idea of living plastic. I think that's fun. I think Eccleston and uh, Billy Piper. I think they do good. They do good work in this. But it's very set up. You watch this episode to watch the other episodes, and so I can't really put in peak. But so I'm kind of between good and fantastic. Fantastic. I just because of like this this is also it does also start one of my biggest problems with early Doctor Who, and it keeps making fun of Mickey. This was a good episode for that. Um I don't like that. I don't, they need to put some respect on my boy Mickey. But other than that, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it holds up pretty well. But you watch it so you can watch the other ones, right? Also, I have Max pulled up here just so I can remember the list because I'm doing it in chronological order. So, End of the World. End of the World. That is. Hopefully that's on. Yep, there we go. End of the World. This was my first ever existential crisis as a kid. I think. I think the setting is probably this one's biggest strength. I like the tree lady. I'm sad the tree lady died and never came back. The, she was cool. I think the spider bots were fun. I think Cassandra, a bitchy trampoline, that's fun. But yeah, I think the whole idea of like a bunch of rich people gathering to watch the destruction of the earth, I think that it goes hard. I think it's just good though. There's no like it don't got the sauce. I don't know what that means, but it ain't got that little. It don't got the sauce. It's just good. It's good. It's but I don't think just knowing how much better. I'm trying to keep like the rest of the series in mind. I think this is another just case of like, well, I don't know. I'm gonna. This is my opinion. It don't got the sauce. What can I say? Next is The Unquiet Dead. I think that's also good. This is the first one in the past, and that's nice. You got, uh, oh my god, you got the. No, it doesn't say that. I was hoping, but yeah, I forget the guy's name. The writer of the Christmas Past. It's got him. It's got ghosts. It's good. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I don't know why I don't have a strong opinion on these early episodes. I mean, maybe it is just because they are so early and it's still like, it's able to be solid, but it just needs to like take some like getting used to itself to really start reaching, because it gets good later on. So next is, I've got so many. Next is Aliens of London. Shout out to the Slovene. I'm a big Slovene fan. I like when they fart. I think that's funny. This also is the introduction of Harriet Jones. I like Harriet Jones. I think she's fun. I think she's a good character. I think besides like the overuse of the fart jokes, I think this is a really good episode. I think Russell, a lot of his best work is like modern Earth episodes. Well, not all of them, but we'll get to that. And I think this is a really good showcase. Also, Mickey hacks like the British government, and that's one of the first signs of Mickey being cool, actually. And he is cool. He's the strongest. He's the best. Put some respect on his goddamn name. Fucking Eccleston keeps calling him Ricky. That shit annoys me so much. How fucking dare you? His name is Mickey Jones. Get it right. Let's go World War III. Oh yeah, it's a two-parter. I forgot that was a two-parter. Yeah, I'll put them both in the same. Where is it? World War III? Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's this thing where the ship, and they have to like survive like in the cupboard. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. Fantastic, even. Next is Dalek. Now the question, peak, right? Goat. The goat. I think this is probably the best episode in the season, just because it's the Daleks. They're cool. This is it's really good, like setup to when, oh man, there's a bunch of Daleks later on in the the Parting the Ways, the Bad Wolf. I think it does introduce the other companion, whose name, do they say his name? Adam. Yeah, you remember Adam? That's my favorite Doctor Who. You remember? Oh man, I sure do love Adam. Yeah, it's Goat. It's Dalek. Everyone likes Dalek. I'm just I'm a sheep. I'm a simple bitch. I like Dalek. I think you know why I like Dalek, because it's the one that's the best Dalek stories in Doctor Who, is when there's like one or like a few Daleks and they just fuck shit up until they get blown up. That's the peak Daleks for me. Let's see. After that's the Empty Child stuff, right? Yeah, Empty Child, Dr. Dantes. These are also goated for the pure fact that they introduce my guy Captain Jack Harkness. Wait, what? Isn't there the? Oh wait, I'm going too far ahead. After Dalek is Long Game. Who fucking cares about Long Game? I even forgot it existed. Long Game. I mean, it's fine. Is it bad? Yeah, it's got Simon Pegg in it. Can't be that bad. This was also one of the first ones I rewatched, so the memory is not so fuzzy. Adam exposes his brain to his mom, and that's unfortunate for him. I don't know. I remember the concept being cool, but I also don't quite remember what the concept is. But also I remember all these other ones like fairly decently. So that speaks to the Long Game. Let's go. Then it's Father's Day. I I think because Father's Day gets a lot of hype, but it's one of the most like, oh, I see exactly what's gonna happen, like from like the get go, right? Like it's kind of, I don't know, at least for me, you could kind of like see into the code and just be like, yeah, then the dad dies at the end, and everyone's saved, happy day. Well, except for the fact that the dad's dead. It's like, I mean, I like the dad, you know. It sucks he's dead, but like, I don't know. I also think it's just cool to explore the idea of just trying to save your own history, because like, well, obviously that's like gonna be one of the first things you do with time travel. And I think it's good to have an episode early on of like, yeah, you shouldn't really do that. But I think a lot of the ways they explain like why you shouldn't do that, the fucking fixed point shit, they just say the word fixed point as if I give a shit. They do that a lot later on. I think there should have been more of an explanation, have it be like based on memory. Whatever. Father's Day, it's fantastic. It's got good emotions, but it's not GOAT because it's predictable, in like in a way that almost makes it boring if it weren't well written. I sound like a piece of shit. After this is Boomtown. Boomtown's fantastic. It's literally just the doctor talking to the other chick, the Slitheen. I think it's good. It's got some funny moments. It's got Captain Jack Harkness, which there's no bad I was gonna say there's no bad episode with Captain Jack Harkness, but there's no bad Captain Jack Harkness episode written by Russell T Davies. Let's just Bad Wolf, Parting of Ways. Bad Wolf. I like the game show aesthetic. I think that's fun. I think it's good. Parting of Ways, but I don't know. The solutions, I don't know. This is where Captain Jack Harkness lives forever, and that's a cool twist. But also, it's just Rose just sucks up the. I mean, it's good. I don't know. Yeah. The Daleks are back, and that's fun. It is a weird Dalek plan, though, that they're doing like this whole like brainwashing thing, which it doesn't really make sense for the Daleks because they just shoot you. It seems like way too much like espionage for Daleks. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's Ninth Doctor. Overall, I think it's good. It's got some great moments, fantastic even. But yeah. 10th Doctor. There's a lot more episodes this time. I have more opinions on this. First off is the Christmas Invasion. Let's see where that is. Fucking the Christmas Invasion. Tennant being asleep half this episode is kind of lame. I mean, I get what they're going for, but I don't know. Rose's whole dilemma of like, oh, but he's a different person now. It's like, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe because I already knew like what Tennant's doctor was like for her whole dilemma. It just felt weird. Rose is very childish too. She gets especially childish in the Tennant's. I like Tennant. I like Tennant's doctor, and I like Rose. I don't entirely like when Rose and Tennant are together. But that'll come into more play later. I think it's good. I like the ending battle where the doctor uses a sword. Man won't use a gun ever, but he will use a sword. I get. He does do it very defensively. He ends up killing the dude with like an apple, though. That was crazy. I like the ending with Harry Jones, like I'm firing my laser at the spaceship. I think that's what we call a girl boss moment. And let's see, after that is what's the first one? Here, let's the New Earth. You remember New Earth? There's the cats. There's the cat nuns, and they were hot. But other than that, there's these creatures with every disease ever, which made them. Is that the one where? Yeah, that's the one where she turns into Cassandra, right? Or am I crazy? Yeah, that's the Cassandra one, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's Cassandra. That was. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the one where they kind of, or it's like Russell T Davies like finally like Moffat already knew in the fucking Empty Child, but this is where Russell T Davies kind of was like, wait a second, Billy Piper has a butt. Let's use that. And there's a lot more there's a lot more focus on that in season 2, which is weird. I don't entirely like it because this is also when Rose starts getting proper lame, and because she's taken over by Cassandra, and Cassandra's like whoa, look at my boobies, and it's like ugh. I think the villains being, or not the villains, the disease people. It's like, how do you have every disease and you're still able to walk? That's silly. That's real. But I don't know. Is this bad? Is this episode bad? I don't think there's. I like the part where he talks about shops. Yeah. Tennant's doctor. Tennant. Just being Tennant is probably the best thing about this episode. Is it bad? It annoys me. I'll be real. This episode annoys me. It's bad. After that is Tooth and Claw. Tooth and Claw. This episode is the fundamental definition of it's okay. There's the fucking shit where Rose keeps trying to be like, I'm not amused. She tries to get the queen to say, I'm not amused. And that shit was lame. That wasn't a funny bit. It was awkward every fucking time. But I guess it was supposed to be like kind of like cute. Like, oh, they're having fun and they're doing little games. Which is like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I like the part of it is like, oh, I won't do it for 5 quid, but then she offers 10. He's like, deal. That was a fun moment. It's okay. The fucking scenes with the monks in the beginning, where it's like, there's all these like flashing colors at me. That shit was, I didn't like that. That was very like they saw the Matrix one time, and they decided to just kind of do that, but they didn't understand what made the Matrix cool. That was what that fight scene was like with the monks. I don't like the monks. I mean, I like real monks sometimes. I haven't met all of them, but some are cool. Next episode, school reunion, Sarah Jane Smith. This episode has her and also K9, who's the best companion. K9 is. Jeez. Is it okay or is it bad? Rose fucking ruins this episode, not gonna lie. Her fucking like squabble with Sarah, where it's like, I saw Mars or whatever the fuck she was talking about. I think, and Smith squabbles back, but it's like you're not his fucking girlfriend, you know. They're not his fucking girlfriends. They're his friends. Treat them. But they keep trying to pretend like it's like this whole like companion thing is, you know, more romantic than it actually is. And like, yeah, sure, Tennant and Rose get like hints at romance later on, but like this is like what their third proper episode together, and one of them she was possessed half the fucking time, so it's like they haven't really developed. Specifically, Tennant hasn't really, they haven't. I don't know. The Rose Tennant romance. It's just bad. It's just because, well, they're both hot, so obviously they have to be in love, and it's like fuck off. They've got no chemistry, and trying to be like rewrite Sarah Jane Smith as like a romantic thing, and have them like squabble. Because you know how bitches be squabbling. It sucks. You know what? No, this episode annoys me. It's bad. Fuck you. No, it has K9 though, so it's okay. If it didn't have K9, it'd be bad. It'd be worse than New Earth. But K9 carries. Straight up. Girl in the Fireplace. This episode is... Let's see. I think it was over here last I checked. I was wrong. No, there it is. Yeah, this episode's bad. A lot of people like this episode. I don't get why. It's another... Russell doesn't fucking know how to write a romance. I swear to God. You can write a lot of things, not romances. This is... She falls in love way too quickly for no fucking reason. They've got Tim and Madame de Pompadour. They've got no chemistry. The weird time traveliness just seems like... I don't know. Like, I think the ending's fine, where it's like, oh, she dies, and that's sad because of the fucking time travel. No, that sucks too. This episode's bad. I don't get why people like it. I genuinely do not. I think the Clockwork villains have a fun design, but they don't, really do much in terms of like action. I like the horse. I like when David Tennant was Peter, the horse is here. So that's fun. Rise of the Cybermen Age of Steel. Rise of Cybermen Age of Steel. This is like the first few episodes where they kind of start. Here, where are they? I should have ordered this better. Are they? It's gotta be on here. Age of Steel. I think these are good. I kind of groaned at first because of the whole I kind of groaned at first because, it's a multiverse, and multiverses are a bit lame, and the Doctor had to take a second to explain about multiverses. Which I guess at the time was probably a bit more novel. I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, it was. Multiverses have been so overused now, but I like the stuff with Mickey. Mickey carries these episodes. Tennant's fun. The dad's fun too. Rose is also in this episode. That's cool. And she's also a dog. Hilarious. But yeah, there's two Mickeys, and they're. I think the other Mickey should have lived. I think that shit was fucked. What they did to my boy. What was his name? Ricky. Is the other one's name like seriously Ricky? It's something like that. But after that is the Idiot's Lantern. Imagine talking with somebody about Doctor Who, and they go, "You know what my favorite episode is? The Idiot's Lantern." Like, imagine someone saying that. I've seen people, because this is the one where the Doctor's like, the guy's like yelling, but then Tennant's like, "But I'm not listening." That shit was weird. Apparently people liked that scene. I don't know. It felt off. That whole thing with the dad sucked, and apparently like the son was supposed to forgive him at the end, and it's like, no, fuck that guy. Glad he got homeless at the end of the episode. That would have been a better ending. Yeah, I don't know. The monster was like a television thing. Which, that's, yeah, sure. I don't know. Ugh. Who cares? I don't care about this. It's bad. It annoys me. David Tennant does the stupid fucking Elvis impersonation. Because, I don't know. That was, yeah. I don't like this episode. It makes me sad. Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. Where's the Satan Pit's over here? Satan Pit's. Where's Impossible Planet? There we go. Impossible Planet. Like, if you look at these episodes, and Russell does this a lot. Impossible Planet. If you just look at like it on its own, not a lot happens. It's kind of boring. There's a few moments of like the Ood being like, the kingdom of God is dead, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? But and if that's if that's what gets your goat, that's cool. But the whole like religious horror is something I've seen done like way better before, so this doesn't hit as hard, especially in the Possible Planet. Satan Pit's good though, because Satan Pit, they're just running from a bunch of fucking demons, and the doctor sends Satan in a black hole. This is the episode where shit actually happens, and I think that's cool. I like the running. They do just like totally out a guy for being a virgin though, and I think that was rude. Actually, the whole thing of saying like knowing like your deepest fears, like that shit was cool. It's weird though that the virgin is the one who got possessed by the demon, and like, because usually in horror things it's like, oh, the virgin's like better off because they're pure of heart or whatever. So I guess it's a subversion of expectations or whatever the fuck. Love and Monsters. Apparently there's people who like this episode. There's like a weirdly long sequence where the guy goes around spinning in his chair listening to fucking Mr. Blue Sky, and I like Mr. Blue Sky. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I don't know. The best part about this episode is not much Rose. Wayo. I don't know. I skipped this one. I mean, I watched it before, but when I was doing my main rewatch, I skipped halfway through because he was spinning on his chair listening to Mr. Blue Sky. I was like, man, I don't fucking care. I know this episode isn't plot important. I don't want to watch it. And it's because it's bad. Fear Her. I think the only reason I didn't skip this one is because I felt bad that I already skipped one episode, and I was like, if I skip 2 in a row, that's going to be like a thing. Wait. Yeah. Fear Her. Fear Her. Where is she, though? Yeah. I think it's okay. I've seen this one get a lot of shit, especially for, fucking Chloe Weber, her acting, but like, it's a little girl acting like she was kind of possessed. I think she did fine. I think you'll need to lay off Chloe Weber. I don't know. I like the idea of the doctor. I don't know. I think it's I think I get ideas of like, oh, it's about, the trauma of this girl. And that's interesting. And I also like it's like slightly in the future. Not in the past, but from then it was, it's what? 6 years in the future? That's interesting, kinda. But yeah. I think it's okay. I don't have. Yeah, it's Fear Her. I don't. What am I gonna say about Fear Her? You know, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Army of Ghosts. It's over here, right? You'd think this would get easier with time. Army of Ghosts. There we go. Jackie's fun in this. I like Jackie. I haven't talked about her yet because it's Jackie. I think she's fun. I think they insult her too much. I think, especially in the fucking like the alternate universe Jackie, she's such an asshole. I don't get it. Put some respect on her goddamn name. But you know, Army of Ghosts is fantastic. I think it's a really good got some really good Tenet moments. Doomsday also fantastic. It's got that fucking song. You know the one. It's good. It's good shit. I think. Also, Mickey comes back, and this is when they finally start having cool Mickey around, and that's good. We like cool Mickey. Mickey was always cool, but this is when the Doctor finally realized, hey, Mickey's cool, and he is. Put respect on his goddamn name. But after that, we get The Runaway Bride. It's not GOAT. It's not GOAT, but it's the introduction of Donna Noble, who is the GOAT. Let's not fuck around. She's the GOAT. I think this is a really fun episode. I think especially compared to a lot of Tennant's other episodes, I think this is fantastic. Straight up. Donna's a great character. She carries this episode. Tennant's really funny in this one. It's just some proper quality content. So, season 3, Smith and Jones. We got Martha Smith, who's also great. If it weren't for Donna, she'd be the best companion of Tennant. Smith and Jones, I swear I saw it. I keep taking notes of where the episodes are and they keep changing. It's almost like, there we go. Smith and Jones, good introduction to Martha. I like that she's also a doctor. I like the Judoon on the moon. The Judoon platoon on the moon. I think it's fantastic. It's Martha Jones. Hell yeah. After that is Shakespeare Code. This is the one with the witches. I think witches are cool. Yeah, I think it's good. I think William Shakespeare is funny in this. It does that thing in Doctor Who a lot that I kind of hate, where they go back in time, they find like a historical figure, and they act like they're the fucking Messiah. I think this one was kind of one of the better ones, because, they kind of showed some of his flaws a bit. He said some weird shit to Martha. But there was a bit of like, whoa, you're such a genius with words. And it's like, he made a bunch of, like, silly little romance stories with a bunch of dick jokes in them. Don't... Y'all just need to call a spade sometimes, like, straight up. Like, yeah, he was good. But, like, I don't know. The ending, they, like, really, like his ability to make words was almost magical, which is... It just felt stupid. But other than that, I think this is great. I think this is good. I think this is pretty solid good. Gridlock. Oh, New Earth. Yeah, with the fucking cars. I think this one's good. I think the idea is kind of funny, in all honesty, where it's, it's a traffic jam. The ultimate traffic jam. Because in my head, while watching it, it's like, man, do you think the writer who came up with this episode was just, like, stuck in, like, fucking I-4? Even though it's Britain, they're stuck in I-4 somehow. And it's like, hive inspiration. With I-4, you can come up with a whole fucking Doctor Who episode in there. That bitch. Oh, God. what am I, fucking 70? I'm complaining about the fucking highway? Fuck off. Daleks in Manhattan. Weird Dalek episode. Daleks in... The pigs were weird. I kind of wish, like, the pigs were, like, in their own separate story with, like, a different, like, villain. Putting them with the Daleks was weird. I think it's good. The Andrew Garfield is in this. I almost said Andrew Jackson. That is a different person. And that's funny. I like that Andrew Garfield's in this. He's Spider-Man. Evolution of the Daleks, also good. I think the idea of a good human Dalek is kind of funny. He also looks weird too. This is also the episode where they really start... One of the Dalek episodes where it's like, why the fuck haven't you shot him? Just shoot him for the love of... And it's like, I kind of get it that they're like half loyal to the other guy. But the Doctor is literally going up to the Dalek and Spread being like, fucking shoot me. And he just doesn't. So, that was a scene of all time. But yeah, it's good. I think it's at least fun to watch, you know. It's weird, but that's, you know, makes it not boring. Lazarus Experiment. Speaking of boring, Lazarus Experiment, where is it? Yeah. It's okay, you know. I think yeah, it's okay. The Doctor so nearly killed Martha this episode. It's kind of crazy. If her sister wasn't there, she'd be... Maybe it's the other way around. One of them would be dead. And that's crazy. But I guess I have to make the... I like that they try to make the sister like a thing. She never... I don't know. I don't even remember her name. You know, she's no, you know, Mickey or Jackie. Martha's family never really got the same... They never had the same sauce that, you know, Rose's family and Mickey really did. But, you know, they tried something there. You know, they have some good moments later on, too. And this is the first real introduction to them. They're alright. I think that's probably the best part of this episode is that introduction. 42. I've seen people don't like 42. I think it's fantastic. It's, you know, it's the Doctor on a shitty little spaceship. It's got 42 minutes to fight the Sun People. I think the villains are cool. Because it's very similar almost to the Water Mars guys, except, you know, fire. And I think that's cool. You know, they're like fire zombies. I think that's sick. And there's the scene where the Marthas, you know, nearly flying, you know, shot into escape pod in the sun. And that was a good scene. I like that a lot. You know, it's pretty clear she wasn't gonna die. I've seen some people say this is bad. I don't see it. Human Nature, Family of Blood. Now, how high do I rank these is the question. Human Nature. I think Human Nature is also a similar situation with the Impossible Planet, where it's like it gets a little boring in the first half, but once it starts cooking, it really starts cooking. So Human Nature is fantastic. Family Blood, cooking. The villains are great in this. This is peak Martha. It's weird. I think the idea of Mr. Smith, I think he's really well done. I like that he's like his full actual character. I think it's just good shit. What can I say? Yeah. Human Nature is fantastic. Family of Blood, goated. It is that order, right? Yeah. And with that is Blink. Yeah, it's good. Weeping Angels are kind of cool. Some people hype the fuck out of this episode. I don't know. It's cool. Yeah, it's good. I, it's the best Weeping Angels episode yet. That says a lot about the other ones. I don't know. Maybe you could argue fantastic. It depends on just how good you think good is and how really, because it's like a high good, you know. But like compared to the other ones, I don't know. Maybe I'm also just being a little petty because it's very overrated. But yeah, who cares? After that is Utopia, Captain Jack Harkness, baby. Utopia. Yeah, this episode's goated. I fucking love this episode. The shit with Captain Jack's good. There's these fun monsters just running around at the end of the universe. The setting was cool as fuck. You get the fucking Yana ending. Yeah, this episode's goated. Speaking of goated, Sound of Drums. I think this Sound of Drums. This is, yeah, I like the idea of the Doctor kind of being on the run from the law. I think there's a lot of really fun moments. And I think it's got a lot of good setup for the next part, which is, of course, Last of the Time Lords. The ending is a bit, I think I was a little bit off put when I first watched this, but the more I think about it, the more it's like, yeah, this goes hard, actually. I like that Martha is the one who saves the universe, or saves the world. You know, she's got this whole, like, you know, the Doctor doesn't respect her enough, and that's kind of, you know, putting her in a state, but she's like, I saved the fucking Earth. Fuck you. And she leaves him, and that's dope. I think Martha's got a great ending. Overall, I think this is some good quality content. I think the Master's fun. Harold Saxon. It's good shit. It's good shit right there. Voyage of the Damned. Why did they make him Jesus at the end? That shit was weird. The waiter girl, who's basically just Rose 2. That was a weird inclusion. But it's got I like the part where it's just the Doctor kind of hanging out and then later saving the world with a bunch of disenfranchised people. I think that's chill. That's where the Doctor, you know, should stand. So that was fun. I like Banificalata. He's dope. There's this one like rich asshole. He's funny. That's what I gotta say about that. I think it's, hey, you know what? I'll go good. The ending was a bit shit. That's chill. So's most episodes of Doctor Who. Season 4. Partners in Crime. I think it'd be wrong to call this one goated, but in my heart it's goated, but also for fantastic. It's Donna Noble. Come the fuck on. It's good. She's back. And it's got Wilfred Mott. And technically isn't Voyage of the Damned. Oh yeah. It's good. It's good. Come on. I keep saying it's good. I mean, it's fantastic. But I kept saying good. Maybe that subconsciously means I think it's good. Feelings are a bit mid, though. I'll be real. Fires on Pompeii. This shit's goated. I love this episode. Where he's like, Doctor Time Lord, yeah. Donna Human, nah. That shit's funny. This is a good episode. Yeah, no. This is a great episode. Like, it's got good conflict. It's funny. Doctor and Donna, great. Yeah. This is some good shit right here. A bit more of that fixed point nonsense, but it gets saved up for the whole just save somebody thing. That shit was dope. I like how much shit Donna goes through. It's funny. Planet of the Ood. Yeah, this is good. Fantastic, even. I like the Ood. I'm a big Ood fan. I think the villains are fun. The villain is fun. Doctor gets chased around with the crane. That shit popped off. No, it's good. Yeah, fantastic. The Sontaran Stratagem. Sontaran Stratagem. I think it's weird how they brought Martha back just to clone her. I think the potato guys are fun, but they peak later. I think it's good. The Poison Sky. Oh yeah, Sontaran Stratagem is peak like, oh well, the first half's kind of boring, but the second, once it starts rolling, it's fun. So I'll go. Sontaran Stratagem is okay, and the Poison Sky. Poison Sky is good. It also ends in the way I most like, my least favorite way for a Doctor Who episode to end, which is just some guy comes along and it's like, I feel like killing myself today, and then he does, and while killing himself, it saves the world. That happens in this one, but I think the guy who did it, I think had a good character arc where he's kind of like a fucking Redditor, and he learns to be chill. So I think that's fun. So that's one of the better ways they've done it. Gets bad later on. Believe you me. So yeah, I'll say it's good. It don't got quite the sauce, but you know it's real good. I like it. Doctor's Daughter. Doctor's Daughter is fantastic. I like Jenny. I think Jenny's cool. I think the beginning is a little slow, but I think once it starts rolling, it really starts rolling. And the ending's just great. It's fantastic. I like Doctor's Daughter. Weird. Oh, one thing that does annoy me about this episode, Martha makes like an alien friend, and they just randomly fucking kill him off in the middle of the episode. And that shit pissed me off. He should have lived. That shit was so stupid. That was like one of the most unnecessary deaths in all of Doctor Who, and it pisses me off so much because he was so cool. Fucking justice for the Martha's friend, alien friend. Honestly, you know what? Now that I remember that, how much that pissed me off, I'll put in good. Fuck you. Shout out to my boy, whose name I don't remember. Unicorn and the Wasp. Yeah, it's okay. Agatha Christie. I like Agatha Christie. Yeah. I don't know. It's charming, you know, but it's a very I don't know. It's very simple, you know. It's cute, you know. It's nice. It's all right. You know, it's okay. Like, I don't want to think anyone that I dislike this episode. But it's like, it's okay. Silence in the Library, Force of the Dead. Silence in the Library, Force of the Dead. This is the introduction to River Song. And for that alone, go! You know what? Both of these episodes goated. These are great episodes. Just solid. This is peak. This is peak right here. There's so much fun time travel shit. The fucking piranhas are fun. The fucking AI weirdness at the end, that's cool. This is some good shit. There's a lot going on, but it's all real solid. One of Yeah, it's good. It's some good proper shit right here. And after that is Midnight. Go. It's Midnight. Come on. Who do you think I am? You think I'm some bitch who's gonna be like, Midnight's mid actually? No. I'm a simple bitch. I like Midnight. It's good. It's got a lot of character drama. I like the whole they're only in one room. It's good. It's freaky and it scratches the nice part of my brain that not a lot of other episodes scratch. Turn Left, not to, yeah, it's goated. I fucking love Turn Left. It's so like fun, but like in a dark, macabre way almost, where it's just seeing shit keep getting wrong, and then it ends with Donna basically committing, and to be, I mean, she lived, but she did jump in front of a car. I mean, she died, but she lived, so it's chill. And also, it's one of the fucking scariest episodes, because first off, you got Britain doing Holocaust 2, right? It's just straight up in text, Second, you got that scene where her and Wilfred are looking up at the stars and they just start going out. That's some of the freakiest stuff right there. But after that, we've got Stolen Earth. Whoa. Stolen Earth. Rose is back. Cool. This is actually, it's fantastic. It's a really fun episode. And speaking of Journey's End, Journey's End has a bit of just kind of talking with Davros. But that ending though, with the fucking everyone getting together, flying the Earth back, it's so much fun. I'll put it fantastic, but that ending is goated. Probably one of the best endings to a season. The Next Doctor. Next Doctor's good. I think it's kind of cringed that as soon as the Next Doctor was revealed not to be an actual doctor, he'd stop being cool. He was doing cool shit in the beginning against the Cyberman. But as soon as he was like, wait, but I'm just a dad, he just starts standing around being lame. And then, at the end, his big thing is, oh, thank you, Doctor. And he's like, no, punch a Cyberman, you fuck. Save your son, yourself. But other than that, yeah, it's good. It's funny. The companion's name is Rosita, and that's silly. Planet of the Dead. Planet of the Dead. I like... Russell really fucking loves to have these, what-if companions. I forget her name. But I think of all the what-if companions, she's, with... she's kind of one of the ones I want the most. That would have been the coolest to see. Because it's a thief companion. That goes so hard, There's some... I think it would have been really fun. Especially to see a more morally gray companion. But, still someone who does, the right stuff in the end. I think that could have been a lot of fun. But for the one episode she's in, it's good. End of Mars, or Waters of Mars. Go. It's Waters of Mars. It gets everything right, Well, the monsters are cool. The ending is great. You got it kind of then leads into End of Time. Speaking of End of Time, Part 1, fantastic. Part 2, goated. I think the scene with the Doctor... Actually, I'll just put them both in goated. The Doctor and Wilfred Mott on the space station, where Wilfred keeps trying to give him the gun, and the Doctor's like, nah, I'm chill. But then he realizes the Time Lords are coming back and he takes the fucking gun. Oh, that shit's dope. I think about that scene like a few times a week. I think that's great. I love the ending where he just saves people, you know. This is this is one of the greedier doctors, and yeah, you know, when it comes time, the last thing he wants to do is just save people, and I love that for him. I love that for him. I think it's great. I think these episodes are fucking goated. And that's all I gotta say about that. How long has this been? Oh, season 11th Doctor. I gotta take a brief break, but oh boy, do I have opinions on these. Yeah. Yeah, we back. We are back. We are what, at the 11th Doctor? Hopefully that cut wasn't too egregious. It shouldn't be. Let's see. What's 11th hour? 11th hour. 11th hour. 11th hour. It introduces Amy and Rory. It's not very funny. Matt Smith isn't very particularly good in this. It introduces the crack. I fucking hate that crack. That's one of the worst, like, ongoing plots. Like, I get what they were trying for. It's just what they tried for sucked. This episode sucks. I fucking... This also introduces the worst companion, which is Amy. Listen, Karen Gillan is, out of all, like, the companion actors, she's the one I know I've seen the most of outside of Doctor Who. And therefore, I think she's a really great actor. I love her. As Nebula. She was fun in Jumanji. I don't like Amy Pond. Amy Pond, it is purely an issue with the writing. Please believe me. But, dear God, her character sucks. She's easily my least favorite companion. It's genuinely not even close. And that's crazy, because I've watched the Chibnall era. We'll get to that. This introduces Amy. It introduces the Crag. The bad guys aren't very compelling. This is also the start of the trope of Moffat things where it's like, the Doctor, all he does is like, hey, look at me, I'm cool. And then the bad guy's like, I believe you. And then just leaves. It's like, come on. At least explode something. Like, fuck. So yeah, this episode's bad. It's boring. It introduces a lot of things I do not like. What's after this? Here. It's loading. Oh wait, I know what's after this. It's the fucking... They go to the Space UK. What's that one called? I don't know. I don't remember. It's not that good an episode. What's it called? Oh, don't favor that. Oh, connection lost. Come on, I believe in you. Yeah. Alright, season 5. There we go. The Beast Below, that's what it's called. The Beast Below. Everybody's favorite episode is The Beast Below. You remember when you're watching The Beast Below and you're like, wow, this really is peak Doctor Who. Where the fuck even is it? Did they forget it? I wouldn't blame them if they forgot it. Come on, Beast Below. Good Man Goes to War, Cold Wars, Power 3, Wedding, God Complex, The Beast Below. There we go. It's okay. I don't want to just say every episode with Amy predominantly in it is bad, because I feel like that's a little untrue. But it's I don't know, The ending's fine. It's a good ending. Um, there's these weird little like station guys, which they kind of just do the design better in Kerblam, which is the only time you'll hear me be nice about Kerblam. But it is basically the same design. Beast Below, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's Beast Below. Here. Why is it not playing nothing? Huh? Come on. I'm playing music in the background to help with my ADHD. But it's... Here we go. Here. What's after this? We have Victory the Daleks. I know I said I was going to put every Amy Pond episode into bad, and that's true. This is not going to be one of them. This is not going to be one of them. There we go. Winston Churchill is the best part of this episode, and that's a really weird thing to say. This also not retcons, but it basically just it's what starts everyone forgetting everything that happened in the Russell T Davies era, which is weird, and I don't like that. I don't like that plot choice. I get why they did it. I don't like it. It makes me sad. Here we go. The only motherfucker with Attorney of the Arcane and music in my playlist. Alright. So yeah, Donna Saves the World no one even fucking remembers. That's cool. I love that that's canon to the story, and I just have to accept that because of the stupid fucking crack. Oh, God. Amy's in this. I think the best part about this episode is there's this guy who's made by the Daleks. And he's like, whoa, holy shit, I'm made by the Daleks. And he has kind of a little crisis over that. That was alright. The rest of this episode's bad. Which is crazy because Daleks in World War II, that should go hard. But this episode just does not go hard. Matt Smith hits a Dalek with a baseball bat or something, and it's... Why do you do that? What a weirdo. Time of the Angels, Flesh and Stone. Time of the Angels, Flesh and Stone. Time of the Angels... There's this really stupid... This gave the Angels a lot of powers that suck. The whole, an image of an angel is still an angel. Fuck off. Where is it? Flesh and Stone. This one's fine. No, Flesh and Stone is fine. There is some cool stuff with the guy who dies and he talks to the doctor over the radio. That was probably the best part. Everything other than that was super fucking mid, which is crazy for a River Song episode. Time of Angels is bad. Full on bad. I fucking hate that ending. Wait, I got mixed. So Time of Angels is okay. Flesh and Stone, bad. Mostly because of the flesh bit. Why the fuck? Amy tries to kiss the doctor and it ruins her whole fucking... It ruins the whole fucking, like, Amy Pond... The Pond's arc, really. That shit was... It makes her character completely unlikable. It was to the point where I was straight up like, oh, is that the point? Are we going... Are we going for a more morally gray companion? And it's like, nah, Moffat just thought it'd be cool to kiss, and that sucks. Because it's like, cool, the companion we have to root for and, you know, relate to, yeah, she cheated on her husband. On their wedding, like, the day before their wedding, so fiance, technically. And it's like, and then they try to sell it that, no, they actually love each other, like, very soon after this. And it's like, fuck off. No, they clearly don't. I watched this fucking episode. It's bad. The fucking Amy Pond would have been, slightly more likable, but she gets fucking ruined by this episode, and she doesn't ever recover in my eyes. Vampires of Venice. Vampires of Venice. This is an episode of all time. This is the scene they're showing right here where they're shushing everybody. That's the one good scene. This fucking episode promised me sexy vampires, and what did I get? Fish. I got fucking fish. Rory isn't particularly good in this episode, or any episode. This is the real, like, proper introduction. He was in 11th Hour, but who gives a fuck? And he's just such a fucking... Also, the doctor explains Amy... I like that the doctor immediately told Rory that was a good person thing to do. But his explanation of, oh, she was scared, like, that's insulting to Amy's character, first off, that it wasn't like her own decision. She was just, going chemicals. It's stupid that was his explanation all of time and space. He's 2000, like 1,000 years old, doesn't understand that what she did was just fucking unforgivable. And Rory just is chill with it, like a fucking cuck. I mean, if you're gonna get cucked by anyone, it should be Matt Smith, but come on. Oh god. This episode's so bad. I like the one guy, the dad of one of the vampire girls. That was the best part. I think he was kind of cool. It promised me sexy vampires and I got fish. What the fuck? Ugh, god. This episode annoys the fuck out of me. I'm swearing. Look at how much Amy's Choice. So this is where they decide to retcon things and decide, oh no, she actually does like Rory. And it's such a, like, Rory and Amy have no fucking chemistry. The concept's cool. The fact that the doctor was the Dream Eater is lame as fuck. Bad episode. It's a focus on Amy. Every Amy focus episode is bad. Rory has this, like, hairstyle that they pretend is, like, the worst fucking thing in the world, and it's like, it looked fine. Why the fuck are you dissing on my boy Rory? And then he, like, cuts it at the end, and it's like, why, what the and then they're like, every time they're like, oh no, this is the dream, or no, this has to be the real one, it feels so real. And then they both end up being dreams. Like, god, what a lame twist. A doctor being the fucking, like, dream guy. It's so fucking annoying. It's like, oh, the person who hates you the most is yourself. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. That shit was stupid. Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood. Hungry Earth. The Slovene are alright. I think it's fine. I'm not as mad about these ones as I am the others. What's the other one called? I don't even. Yeah, Cold Blood. Cold Blood. What a cool name. Yeah. Is it because they're lizard people? Cold. Where Cold Blood be? I really should have listed this in some way. There. Oh, that's Cold War. This. Matt Smith has a very cold run. It's fine. I think. Yeah, it's fine. Some of the side characters were cool, like the one older lady and the kid with dyslexia, and then the good dad. I think. But this Cold Blood's the one where Rory dies, and that starts another trend I fucking hate, where Amy and Rory keep fucking dying all the time, but it never fucking matters. But this is Rory's first death. It comes out of nowhere too. He doesn't even have like a character in the story. He just dies, and then he gets sucked in by the crack, and Amy forgets him because they love each other so much that she forgets him. Oh, but why is she crying? Could she have loved him? Like, oh god. Fucking cry me a river. Not bad. Hungry Earth was okay. Cold Blood's bad. Fucking. Vincent the Doctor. I mean, obviously, like, the ending scene is emotional. Where it's like, oh, Vincent gets to see how much people loved his work. And they're right. It gives me emotions. But it's also so fucking cheap to use a real dude's suicide to make me feel sad, because that's the only way Moffat is so fucking bad at being able to, like, actually write something emotional that he's like, what if I just take this real guy's suicide, and let's have that be why people get sad. Like, I'm not, like, if Vincent was a fictional character, I wouldn't have given a fuck, right? But it's because it's a real guy. It's like, oh man, that's the reason. The rest of the episode's okay. He flirts with Amy, and that was weird. This episode's bad. The monster's fine, I guess. It's like a representation of his depression or whatever, some shit. But also it's like a chicken. Yeah, it's bad. It's cheap. I don't like how it uses his like real death like to fuel the emotions, and then it goes so fucking sappy. Ugh. The Lodger. Hot take, Lodger. People are gonna legit think I'm people are gonna think I'm doing a bit. I think this one's great. It's funny. I think this is where Matt Smith really gets to shine. James Corden is in it, sure. I think he's good in this. Like, I don't actually know, like, the James Corden lore. I just know his face. So maybe if I did, I'd be like, whoa. I think this one's great. I think it's funny. I think it's a fun villain. I think this is a really good. I think Matt Smith is great in this episode, and he carries the fuck out of this episode, and it's good shit. I think this is a great episode. It's funny, one of the funniest episodes. Especially, maybe I would have put it in good if it was like a Tenet episode, but just season 5 sucks. Pandorica opens in The Big Bang. Pandorica opened in The Big Bang. River's in these. That's nice. There's so much bullshit. I don't know. I think the idea of the Alliance is cool, but they don't ever... I think my big issue with these is... What's Pandora opens and... The Big Bang. Where's Big Bang? The whole universe in a hot, dense state. Yeah. It's so much shit just happens. And it doesn't... There's no emotions towards anything. The characters are just kind of like being fueled purely by the plot. River Song canonically hates fezzes, and that's fucking... I don't know why they hate it that much. Like, just, God forbid a man be quirky, you know? Let the man wear a fucking fez. I'm not good at critiquing things. Yeah. It's just, honest to God, these episodes reek of, like, this feels like the kind of episode, like a bad Chibnall episode. That's what these feel like. They feel like a bad Chibnall episode. And that's all I'll say about that. Let's see. What's next? The Christmas special. What's it called? Doesn't actually say in the thing. It's not the Snowman. I'm just going through a whole list of episodes I also hate. Yeah, it's called Christmas Carol. You know what? I think this one's good. Honestly, I'm gonna say fantastic. I really like the side characters. Even though the romance is a little, romance makes sense actually. It's one of Moffat's better romance storylines, if anything. Matt's fun in this. I think this episode's great. I think it's great. After that, we have season 6. I forget if I hate season 6 as much as I hate season 5. Oh! Impossible Astronaut Day of the Moon. Impossible Astronaut. I remember loving the silence as a youngling. As a little youngling. Where the fuck? Are any of these... I think they're both good. Where's the other one? What's it called? Impossible Astronaut Day... Oh, Day of the Moon. I'm looking for something silence related. Day of the Moon. I think they're both good. I think the silence really carry this episode, and also the setting. I think it's a really fun setting with the moon landing. Yeah, I just think it's solid. You know, it's good. It's good. I don't know. I feel like I remember loving these episodes so much that it was almost a letdown. Because I had it so hyped up in my head. So maybe they are fantastic and I'm just being a little pissy bitch boy. But it just... I remember feeling... I can't really tell what it is, but I just remember feeling a little let down. Like... It wasn't... I feel like they should have either focused it on it being like really fucking scary or it being... like more like way more adventure-y, but it's like this weird mix and it don't really work. But it's fine. It's good. I'm not dissing. I think it's good. Curse of the Black Spot. This one I am dissing. Amy nearly kills the guy because she's so fucking stupid. And they're like, they keep like begging her not to cut them. I guess they did try to kill her, but like, they're pirates, whatever. She has no. Oh, also, Amy Pond continuing to be the worst. Attempts to shoot at her own daughter in this episode. That sucked. That was stupid. She's extra stupid in this. The fucking siren is actually like a space nurse. That shit. How'd you ruin pirates? I fucking love pirates. And they, oh god, it's so boring. And Rory almost dies because Rory just, all Rory does is occasionally make a quip or die. That's all he does. Bro has, or, you know, confess his love to Amy. Those are the 3 things he does. Is he's such a useless fucking character. He's so annoying. He should have stayed dead. Doctor's Wife. Apparently Neil Gaiman wrote this episode. He would go on to write better things. The Doctor is okay. I remember there's a scene in the hallway of the TARDIS hallway where they like Rory and Amy go through some trauma. I remember that being boring as fuck. Starts Moffat's whole like, I think Moffat just thinks the TARDIS is a series of hallways And that gets lamer as things go on, but nah. I think the actual TARDIS is fun, but I think her character is really fun. She's the best part of the episode. Everything else is just kind of boring. The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People. The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People. The Rebel Flesh. Like, it's bad. What? Amy's racist in this episode, and that's very fitting, actually. Rory, like, gets a crush on one of the girls, and Amy gives him shit for it. And like, fuck you, Amy. You don't got the right. Not after what you did. I remember what you did. Rory's even. I think it was like one like a single like quip, and it's. I remember that sticking out and annoying the fuck out of me. The Almost People. Yeah, Amy's racist in this episode, and the Almost People suck. I don't get why they're at war with the actual people. It's like, they look like me, so I gotta shoot them. It's like, what the fuck? If I got a clone of me, we'd be best friends. That would be hype. I would be okay with that. Like, they overreact so fucking much. And it doesn't make sense. It's very strange. Everyone's really strange in these episodes, and I don't get why it's a two-parter either. I think this episode tries to be scary, but genuinely the most like panic I felt was when I had the sudden realization, oh, this is gonna be a two-parter. And that's not even a bit. That's not a quip. That's just a fact. That's just a real fact about my life. A good man goes to war. This episode invents. Good man goes to war. Shows Strax. I think the idea of this episode is like, what if the Doctor had prep time? Which is a fun idea, I guess. It introduces that river song as Melody Pond, which I don't care. Yeah, it says Strax in it. It's okay. The rest of it sucks. Let's kill Hitler. Let's kill Hitler. They don't kill Hitler, which is cringe. I think like, it had like a fun like first half, and then it just fucking ruins it in the second half. And then she uses all her like Time Lord juice to save Matt Smith, and it's like, that's a stupid power that the Time Lords have, and that they just like. Is that a Moffat thing? Was that in the old series? And I just didn't know. Because there's so many episodes where it's like the Doctor could just use his fucking Time Lord juice, and he just doesn't. And then, but that's except for the time he does. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that bullshit. But yeah, it's bad. The first half is disconnected from the second half, not in a good way. And the first half was really just there to make jokes about like, oh, we're putting Hitler in the closet. It's like, no one actually ever, no one actually ever. Well, that's not true. It's bad. Night Terrors. Bad. The kid is stupid. The dolls, the doll monsters were trying too hard to be creepy to the point where it just felt stupid. The dad is weird. It was a fine ending, I guess, with the dad and his son getting along better. I like that he still loves his kid, even though his kid's an alien. That was cool. It's okay. Also, Amy and Rory were in this episode. Who gives a fuck? The girl who waited. God, I almost skipped this episode. This episode was so fucking boring. Oh, but she's old now, and she went through a whole lot of stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you're gonna fix it by the end. Who cares? They did fix it by the end. You know, it's like sucks. Season 6 sucks. The God Complex. The Muslim girl was the best part. Sucks she died. She would have made a better companion than Amy and Rory combined. I think it's crazy that you have a hotel with everyone's biggest fears inside, and the only monster doing any sort of attacking is a minotaur. Like, what's that all about? Also, yeah, and the episode's resolved by just Amy like stopping her belief in the Doctor, which that's another Moffat issue where it's like, you just gotta use your mental powers. Just gotta put your fingers to your forehead and and think of your emotions. Think about how sad you focus on the grief or whatever. Think of the memory of your mother. He does that a lot. Every time he does it, it makes me want to poopy in my pants. Closing time. James Corden, my favorite Matt Smith companion, is back. And he is... Where is he? Where? Eh? Closing time. This is... A lot of this was just baby humor. Why is it all baby humor? Look, James Corden has a baby now. Matt Smith had some funny... It's fine. Actually, no. Because it also does the thing, literally just what God Complex does, where it's like, Corden, you gotta believe in your baby. You gotta use your mind powers to save your baby. Think about your baby. And then he ends the episode like, I'm ready to be a dad now. I'm James Corden. This episode's bad. Lodger's still the best episode of Matt Smith era. What can I say? Wedding of River Song. Wedding of River Song. I don't like, if we're going to talk about the greater, River Song story, I don't like how when they do marry, it doesn't feel like Matt Smith actually gives a fuck about her. Like, they marry out of convenience rather than, like, love. And I guess I get... No, I don't. Like, as an actual, like the rest of it's... Who gives a fuck about the rest? I think that's my biggest issue with the River Song stuff is... Like, yeah, Matt gets, like, a little flirty, like, from time to time, but... They don't ever feel like they're actually, they don't in love, except for a little later on. But here it's like... I don't know. Like, sure, River loves the Doctor, but it's not reciprocated in this episode, and I think that sucks. Because it's like, come on, that's the Doctor's wife. Put some goddamn respect on her name. He don't even give a shit about her. It's a marriage of convenience. That shit's cringe. And there's this a lot of stuff happens this episode, and it's like an alternate universe sort of. Winston Churchill has a gun in this episode. That's the funniest bit. He shoots at the silence. That's funny. That's about it. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Widow. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. I think this episode's great. There's every now and then they'll get a Doctor Who episode where it just feels like BBC was like, you have to have kids in this episode. We need more kids. And as far as kids go, these ones were good. I think the widow, I forget her name, but she was a good character. I liked her arc. I liked that the dad lived at the end. I like when they live. Uh, I know people are gonna be like, oh, but it's so much stronger emotion when they die. It's like, no, I like when they live. It makes me happy. I'm not watching Doctor Who to grieve. I'm watching it to go, aliens, yay. And this one made me go, aliens, yay. So I think it's great. Asylum of the Daleks. Asylum of the Daleks is okay. I think this episode would be bad if it weren't for the Clara stuff. Clara fucking carries this episode on her goddamn back. Asylum Daleks. A lot of people talk about the fucking Victorian Clara. But Dalek Clara, she went hard. She was good. She was a good Clara. One of the Claras of all time. I think there was a good like little twist there. The rest of this episode fucking sucks. but that one thing was good, and that's enough to boost into okay. Dinosaurs on a spaceship. Oh, this is the one where it introduces Rory's dad. I think I like Rory's dad more than I actually like either Rory or Amy. So he's got that going for him. Cleopatra's also in this episode. This is a very weird episode, but I mean, it's called Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. I think it's good. There's a random 100 guy. I don't know if he's from history. I don't read. Yeah, I think this was good. It was funny. I like they saved the dinosaurs. It's fun. Town called Mercy. I like the guy. I like the villains. There's the guy who made the I don't know, the fucking the main like big bad. He made the mecha guy, the android, I guess is the word. And that was he was cool. I think the actual robot itself was cool. I think you know what. I like the Doctor in being a cowboy. I'll say fantastic. Next episode, Power of 3. Power of 3. Power. Yeah, so even though Rory's dad is in this episode, he couldn't carry it. Unfortunately, Power 3, it's bad. The ending sucks. Apparently there was some like behind the scenes issues as to why. Doesn't change the fact that it's bad. The Angels Take Manhattan. I forgot this was only a one-parter. That's crazy. Angels Take Manhattan. Angels, it's good. Amy dies. That's nice. This is a better Angels episode. She doesn't cheat on her husband at the end. Or maybe she does. Maybe that's what happens in the 1930s or whatever they got sent back to. She just finds, like... No, I'm not going to be too mean. Yeah, it's good. It's got... It kind of feels like the natural advancement from Blink that an episode like this should be. Where the fucking Flesh and Stone and the other one really don't. So yeah, I think it's good. It's good send off to Amy and Rory, and it also means I don't have to fucking deal with them anymore because we got the Snowmen, which got Matt Smith's best companion, besides James Corden, which is Clara Oswald, which the Snowmen. I think this is good. I think the villain is a bit weak, where it's just like, ew, snowmen. Clara dying at the end was crazy. But she doesn't really die? ? Well, she does die. She perishes. But I like Victorian Clara. I think it's good. I think it's good. There's not much to say about this one, for me anyway. Bells of St. John. This one's fun. This is a fun episode. I think the villains are. I think it's the same villain as the Snowman, but it's just a bit more fun. He drives a motorcycle. That's all it takes to get in my heart. Clara really shows just how much Amy and Rory felt like. I'm sure it was also the writing, but Amy and Rory really felt like, I don't know, like a plague. Just like an anchor driving Matt Smith's doctor down. Because once Clara's here, he really starts to really be fun to like watch. I think it's good too. Like I think Clara is like the most like middle of the ground companion, where it's like she's nice and she's got a pretty theme, like the like her actual theme music. I think it's every time it plays, it's like ow, my heart. Murray Gold goes hard here. I mean, Amy's theme is fine too. But yeah, Clara's. I think she's like a very like. If you're worse than Clara, you're a bad companion. But if you're better than Clara, you're a great companion, sort of deal. But so I think she's very middle of the ground. But I still like her, especially with Matt Smith. It's kind of a shame they didn't get more time to really shine. Rings of Akatan, GOAT, fucking GOAT. Might be Matt Smith's best episode. Okay. I love the song at the end. I think the scenario is very fun. I think the villain's very fun. Oh man, the song at the end though, that like if it were for everything other than that, it'd be probably maybe just a fantastic. But that song, it's GOAT. Cold War. I've seen people diss this one a lot. I think that's cringe. I think it's very much like an old monster movie. That's kind of what I feel like they were trying to go for. And with that sort of context, I think it's very fun. It shows the Martian guys without their armor on, which, I mean, if that's something you care about, that's cool. Anyway, Hyde. I think like Cold War, this was also trying to like be like a parody of, or like the Doctor's take on, ghost movies like Poltergeist. I don't think it hits quite as hard. I don't think it's that bad. I think once you view it in the lens of like a sort of like a take on old ghost movies, there's a lot of fun in there. But I'll say it's good. Journey to the Center of TARDIS. Clara's first bad episode. It's just a bunch of fucking hallways. There's too much like. There's such a thing as too much time travel bullshit in an episode of Doctor Who. This is one of those episodes. If you want another example, see the Pandorica. That was a bunch of nonsense. Crimson Horror. I've seen people diss this one. That's fair. I think this is where Strax, Jenny, the other green lady, they really shine in here. I think they're a really fun trio. They carry this episode. It's good. I think the idea of like the cult is fun. It's good vibes. Nightmare in Silver. Clara's second bad episode. Why the fuck did he let the kids stay at the theme park when it was closed? Like, he got there and it's like, oh, sorry, we're done. And he's like, bro could have just went back like a few years. He's got a TARDIS. And then he like spots little hints of Cybermen, and I guess that's why he stays. But it's like, no, but seriously, the children. This is another episode where I felt like BBC was like, we gotta have children for the kids, because kids can only relate to kids, don't you know? The Name of the Doctor. Oh yeah, this episode. Yeah, sure. It's okay. Yeah. And it does the shit that Turn Left did, where the stars start going out. Moffat, you can't fool me. I know you're just the silly little copyright stealer. You stealer. You thievery of things. It's fine. I don't know. I think Transalore is a cool enough setting. Whoa, voice crack. I've been talking a lot. Yeah, I think it's okay. Doctor Who 50th anniversary episode. Day of the Doctor. Yeah, it's good. David Tennant's back. He's kind of the worst part about the fucking thing, which is weird because I like Tennant's Doctor, as seen by. Actually, that's a pretty good ratio. Yeah, I think Rose is. Well, that's not Rose. It's the button. It's a box that looks like Rose. I think what's his name? John Hurt. I think he's a really good doctor, especially for the war doctor. I think the Zygons are cool, but they get cooler later. Yeah, I think it's good stuff. Man, I don't know. I don't know what it is about this episode. It just don't got the sauce. Like, this episode could have had the sauce, but it just doesn't. Time of the Doctor. Yeah, it's good. I think it's a good ending, a fitting ending for Matt Smith. Actually, I'll go so far as to say fantastic. It's a good ending for the Doctor. I like Handles. I wish Handles got a bit more focus. I think Trenzalore is a cool place. The Crack returns, and that's fucking stupid, but you know what? Who cares? And he dies at the end. Happy day. 12th Doctor. Wow, he does not have that many episodes. 12th Doctor. Season 8. And let's see, we got Deep Breath. That's his first. What's not canon? Oh, he changes the. Wow. Okay, it's changed. The rules are different now. Here, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. Delete row. There we go. And here, let's just, for my own sake, here, this one's, for all the people not actually looking, this one's going to be, this is a weird, there we go. Now we're back to normal. Let's, Deep Breath. I like when he called the dinosaur a sexy woman. That's about it. He's very high this episode, and it's kind of like Smith, where he's basically just it's very much like what's the fucking Smith episode called? Not Smith, Tenet. Which one is it? What's his first episode called? Yeah, Christmas Invasion. It's very much like the Christmas Invasion. Where'd I put that one? Good. Yeah, that stands. Yeah. I think the villain's fun. Best thing to come out of the fucking Madame de Pompadour episode. Into the Dalek. They did not cook in this one. This one's bad. It's so fucking boring. I almost skipped this one too. I don't know why I didn't. Robot of Sherwood. Robot of Sherwood. I think the reason why the Doctor was so fucking pissy this episode is because it's like he thinks he's a bad guy. Like he's got all this like self-confidence issues when it comes to like heroes and being, like being a good person. But he has to take a fucking. The Doctor needs to take a fucking chill pill this episode. It's fine. Robin Hood carries this episode. This is also where Clara starts to get really high strung, and she keeps getting more progressively annoying as time goes on, and then she gets good near the end, but we'll go to that. Listen. Oh yeah, no, this is where Clara sucks. This is Clara's worst season by far. She needs to take a chill pill for like the whole fucking episode. It's so bleh. Listen. Yeah, Denning it was like, whoa, it's a baby doctor. Like I care. It's okay. No, it's not. It's bad. I don't like the Danny guy. Clara's boyfriend Danny. He really fucks with the whole group dynamic. He really, like, he gets between Clara and the Doctor, and that's just not fun to watch. And it's like, it's very clear that he's like killed somebody, and it's like, oh yeah, that's great. He's a soldier. Wow, love that. Like the Doctor keeps dissing him the entire time, and it's seen as like a bad thing, but like he was right. And it turns out he killed a kid too. So I don't like Danny. Time heist, and this is like Danny's backstory episode. I don't know. I don't like Danny. I think the monster's stupid too. It's like if you can't see it, and it never interacts with you. Why care? You know? Maybe that's just a me thing. I've heard people be like, this is the most terrifying episode of Doctor Who. And it's like, I don't... Really? Okay. Did you forget about Turn Left? That's cool. Turn Left is mid as fuck. Nope, not Turn Left. That episode's great. I'm talking about Time Heist. That's two completely separate words. Time Heist. It's mid. Mid as fuck. The other characters, the side characters are alright. The monster's cool. The visual where they make the brain, like the skull like caves in, is weird. I don't understand it. And it makes me feel ick. Makes me feel icky. The caretaker, Danny's back. Oh boy. Everybody needs to take a fucking chill pill in this episode. Where is it? What's it? The caretaker. The caretaker. Yeah. It's fine. Monster's like a overrated Dalek. Not overrated. Daleks are the ones who are overrated. It's like a poor man's Dalek. It's yeah. Also, it introduces that girl who then shows up in Kill the Moon. Kill the Moon. Speaking of bad, what the fuck was this episode? I did break this episode and I did skip this one. I watched halfway through and I just quit because it's like, oh my god. Yeah, man. Because you know what? Want to know what I want to watch in Doctor Who? I want to watch Clara's bad abortion opinions. I want to hear a bad take on abortion. You have this scene where the fucking kid is arguing with the woman making the most sense in the room, and it's presented like the kid's right. Huh? Shit's crazy. Apparently it wasn't intended to be an abortion metaphor, which I think that just means the writing is bad then. If they didn't realize what the fuck they were saying in their own fucking story. Let me on Orient Express. I've heard people say this one was okay. But If you've heard someone say that, you've heard wrong. Where is it? No, Mystery on Orient Express. Mummy on Orient Express. It's fine. I think the ending's alright. Eh. Yeah, also Clara lies to the doctor this episode. Oh yeah, this is the one where it's like Danny isn't allowing Clara to be with the doctor. That shit's weird. That's like a red flag, and they don't treat it like that. That shit was why was he like Danny felt weirdly controlling when it came to the doctor. Um, and it's legit like just kind of uncomfortable. He should have taken it. Everyone needs to take a chill pill this fucking season. It was, yeah. And it's like supposed to be the last one, and Clara has to like lie to Danny and the doctor to keep traveling with the doctor. And it's like if you want to travel with the doctor, just be. And you're not, comfortable enough to be honest with Danny. Fucking break up with him. I don't. They've been on like 3 dates. Why is he being like, no, you can't travel? Flatline. Actually, no, I'll put in bad. I'm annoyed by this episode. Flatline's fun. It's okay. I like Clara pretending to be the doctor, but she does it like out of a weird sort of malice. And just if you watch the episode, it almost feels like she's trying to like make fun of him, and that it don't hit. Yeah, and the enemies are stupid. I don't like this one. Force of the Night. Danny's back. Mr. PE over here with more stupid kids. Bad. I don't like Danny. Dark Water. Danny dies in this episode, so you know it's goated. Dark Water. Missy's cool. Missy carries this episode. It'd probably be bad if it weren't for her. Death in Heaven. Yeah, it's fun. Doctor hangs out with Unit a lot. That's fun. I'll go so far. Good. Yeah, there. Christmas special. I think my biggest problem with this is that it confirms that Santa Claus does not exist in Doctor Who, and that sucks. Every Christmas is last Christmas. Fuck off. Danny's back in this episode. He should have stayed dead. That episode. Make Santa real, you fucking cowards. Fucking stupid Moffat bullshit. The Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's Familiar. Where are they? Magician's Apprentice. And I think fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes. The Doctor's fun in this. Missy's great. Clara's getting better. I like Clara and Missy. I like when Missy shoves Clara down a hole. That was funny. Yeah, this just fucking works. It's good shit. It also really helps starts Missy's character arc, which is like the only time the Masters in New Who gets a character arc, and that's hype. Shame they fucking forgot about it later on, but whatever. Under the Lake Before the Flood. Under the Lake Before the Flood. It's good. Yeah. It's fun. There's some fun time travel elements. I think the cast is really fun. Especially, you got the deaf girl. She cooked. The Doctor doesn't speak ASL, apparently. I guess they did that just because they needed the guy to say words. I don't know. They could have just had fucking subtitles. I don't know. Like he knows all the languages except ASL. That was stupid. That I don't know why that annoys me so much. That no, I know why. He knows every fucking language, but he can speak baby, but not ASL. What the fuck? And this was before his TARDIS even got wheelchair accessible, so what the fuck, man? What the fuck's up with that? Cancelled. I'm putting my hands on my hips and I'm shaking my head. This shit ain't right. The girl who died. Yeah, it's good. Ending was mid. I don't care about May. She ain't him, She ain't him. But she all right. I like that they fought Odin, but Odin was an alien. That's cool. That's fun. I like the Doctor finding a clever way to defeat the army. And there's the scene where the baby's crying and the Doctor can speak baby, and it's like the only time they do that whole idea, but like put drama behind it, and that's silly but fun. The woman who lives. The woman who lives. The woman who lived. I mean, lives. She doesn't die. That's a bad. They should change that episode name. Yeah. Well, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. What's there to say? It's fine. Yeah. I don't know. May just ain't him. I don't have a strong opinion about everything. And this is one of those things. The Zygon invasion and the Zygon version goat fucking peak. This is when I feel like this really is the moment where they're like, when Capaldi just started cooking, This is some of Capaldi's best. I like Osgood. Shout out to Osgood. The Zygons cook in this episode. Speech at the end of Inversion is great. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's great. It's goat. It's got a good message. Sleep no more. Sleep no more. It's okay. It does the whole like Blair Witch, like this is the footage before they had the disappearance, and it comes back in the end in a nice way. But Blair Witch just had a certain sauce to it that none of these other none of the other like live footagey horror things really did with, and it just does it wrong. It does the genre wrong, and too much like static that doesn't make sense, and like. But I think other than that, like if it weren't, I'm very picky about like that like genre, or that style of show making. And they didn't do it. They didn't appease me. But everything other than that's fine. It would probably be good if it weren't, the whole this terrifying story is assembled from the footage Cisco. Yeah. If they didn't do that, it'd probably be good. But they didn't, and it didn't work. Face the Raven. Face the Raven. Probably Mia's best episode. Mostly because she's she's basically just a side character. Yeah, it's fantastic. Clara's a good death. It's a fun mystery. I like the idea of like the alley. I think that's what they call it, the alley. And there's a lot of setup later, it's like, whoa, Clarice died and the Doctor disappears. It's a really good ending. Then we get to Heaven Sent. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows, like, a single fucking person who actually likes Heaven Sent. like what? He just, same thing just keeps happening over and over again. Like, who gives a fuck? No, it's fucking goated. It's the best goddamn, top 3 at least. Heaven Sent, oh man, and he keeps fucking punching that wall, and it's like, fuck yeah. The monster's cool. They keep mentioning the hybrid. I forgot to mention the hybrid for now. They keep saying the word hybrid like I give a fuck, but it works in this episode if you forget the fact that I don't give a fuck about the hybrid. But yeah, no, it's peak. It's peak. Oh my god, this is another episode that I just think about, and it's like every time I do, it's like fuck yeah, it's so cool. Spends 1 billion years punching at a single goddamn wall just because it's right. It's like, yeah, that's good shit right there. Hellbent. I've heard people diss this one. I don't get it. I think it's fantastic. It's a good sending off for Clara. I like that me finally got her own fucking TARDIS. The Doctor plays Clara's theme on a guitar, and that's cool as fuck. Again, Clara has like the best companion theme. It's like the it's Gallifrey. Gallifrey's cool in this. I think the way the Doctor saved Clara from death is fun. The fact that he's, kind of gone a little crazy from Heaven Sent makes him really fun, too. It's good. It's good shit. The Husbands of River Song. Where? Peak. Again, same as Heaven Sent. It's probably top 3 episodes of Doctor Who for me. I love this episode so much. I love everything about it. I love that the Doctor finally seems to truly love River. That's cool. I love the little adventure. I think it's funny. Nardal's in this. They introduced Nardal, who's like if Rory was good. I think this episode's fucking... Yeah, this episode's fucking goated. It's good. Oh my god. This episode got the sauce, I've been saying some of these episodes don't got the sauce. This episode got the sauce. Return of Dr. Mysterio. And the sauce is lost. Where's this one? Yeah, it's okay. This is... Yeah, it leans too much into, like, the superhero, like, stereotypes and stuff. Which basically just means the guy's Spider-Man, but with Superman powers. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It didn't cook. It doesn't spark joy. Season 10. The pilot. We get introduced to Capaldi's best companion, Bill. Bill Nye, the science not guy. Bill. Pilot. I think it's good. Monster's fun. Of just being, a water lesbian. It's a fun fun way to start out as a companion of just like kind of getting all the greatest hits like right away. I think this is a really fun episode. I like the idea of the Doctor being like a professor, and it introduces the mystery of like the vault he keeps secret underneath the place. And that's probably one of the best like ongoing mysteries. Doctor doesn't really do ongoing mysteries very well. You have the fucking crack. And then in the Russell T Davies era, it's just like Russell's idea of a running like mystery is just to repeat a word a bunch and hope that works. Uh, but yeah, I think the box is really good. I think Bill's really good. Yeah, it's some quality content right here. You know what? I'll even go fantastic. I'm in a good mood. Smile, smile. It's good. Thin Ice. Yeah, it's fantastic. Bill really shines. It feels a lot similar to the Fires of Pompeii, but no, it's cold. The doctor punches a racist, and that's funny. Um, yeah, it hits a lot of the same beats of Fire of Pompeii, and I feel like Bill and Donna have a lot of overlap. Just I don't know, Donna's funnier. uh, but other than that, and I think this episode really kind of shows that. I felt like if you switched Bill with Donna, it would make a lot of sense. The only difference would be she's white, Donna's white, and that they kind of play into that, which is, and they do the whole doctor caring about. The doctor actually seems to care about. Oh wait, I just put a black person in the past. That's a bit. That could have consequences. Meanwhile, Tennant just did not give a fuck. Yeah, I think it's great. I really like this episode. I don't know why I'm on this one specifically. Knock knock. Knock knock's mid. It's okay. It's another one that kind of feels like it's kind of going for a monster or horror movie, kind of like not parody because it's not funny. There's funny moments in this episode, but parody. The Doctor Who take on this genre of horror movie, and it doesn't really work. The ending's weird. The wood's cool though. The wood monsters, those are cool. That's about that. Oxygen. Is it fantastic or is it goated? It's goated. It's really fun. Nardole really gets to shine. All three characters get to shine really well. I like that the Doctor goes blind. I like that it's a good critique on capitalism. It makes my little liberal fuck heart happy. Extremis. I like Extremis a lot. I think the idea is cool. The scene where Bill and Nardole look under the tables and his fucking mom's just like, whoa, holy shit. Nardole fucking dies in the middle of the episode just because he was like, oh, I hope I'm wrong. And then he just fucking disappears and it's like, whoa. I like that the Doctor is so smart that even like a simulation of him figures out a way to like be helpful to the real Doctor. That shit was cool. This is a cool episode. Pyramid at the end of the world, lie of the land. This episode's a bit boring. I mean, it's okay. It's good. It's good setup, but I don't lie of the land. It would also be good, but I think the ending kind of sucks. They don't blow anything up. They just have Bill just goes and goes to the machine. It's like, and the Doctor's like, think of your mother, feel the motion with your mind powers, and she does, and it's happy day. Empress of Mars. It's good. Yeah. For the Ice Warriors, they're good. The Queen's fun. I like that they all kiss and make up at the end. That's nice. Nardole should have been in this one. Shame. The Eaters of Light. This was a weird one. The crows can talk. I was kind of off put by that at first, but then I realized that was actually the best. Yeah, crows can talk. Goated. Nah, it's okay. There is a scene where Bill is like talking with the Romans, and they're like, and she realizes that they're all like gay and bi, and he's like, "Wow, how progressive!" It's like, I don't know if I'd call the Romans progressive. I mean, you know, they, I guess they were in that front, but you know. The scene went on really long. It was weird. World Enough and Time, and the Doctor Falls. Goat. What else is there to say? You know? It's probably the best Cyberman story in New Who. It's one of the best Doctor endings. It's also Moffat's ending, which, you know, there's this kind of theme of like, you know, returning to all the old hits, but Moffat doesn't really do that. He just makes one solid, really fucking good story. And I like that approach. Twice Upon a Time. It's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. The first Doctor is fun. Capaldi's shit is fun. And it's a good send off. I don't got a lot to say. It's just quality content. You know, it'd just be me listing things I wish to praise, of which is most things in these episodes. Like I like side characters. Nardal has a good send off. Bill has a good send off. I wish Bill didn't die. I think if in a perfect world would have been 13 and Bill, Jodie Whittaker and Bill, and also not written by Chris Chibnall, instead of the Chibnall companions. We'll get to that. I think Whittaker and Bill would have been a really fun pairing. So it kind of sucks she died so soon, just because they're switching to Chibnall. But yeah. I feel like I should put one of the OKs into GOAT just to make it a solid square, but yeah, it's like, yeah, Knock Knock's goated, actually. That's my favorite episode of Doctor Who. No, I'll keep it. Alrighty, 13th Doctor, everybody's, it's the Doctor of all time. First off is the woman who fell to Earth. But first off is delete, fix the title, fuck, GOAT. When fell to Earth, yeah, it's okay. It introduces Jodie, Jodie's Doctor. I like Jodie's Doctor, especially early on. Some of her deliveries get a little weird later on, and she kind of starts falling into like tropes. I don't know how to explain it, but she's good early on. Okay, later on, it's like she has like she either like, I don't know. She's either like happy-go-lucky, or she's like kind of, I don't know. She's just kind of weird. She gets weird sometimes. Where she's like, I don't feel like talking to anybody. I just want to go in my room and pout. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm bitching. Woman fell to Earth. Yeah, it's okay. Ryan's, the fucking Grahams, come on, son, you can do it. I don't know why that line always strikes me as weird. There's nothing particularly bad about it. It's just there's nothing particularly good about it. I just don't want to think about this episode. Ghost Monument. Yeah, Ghost Monument's okay. Rosa is first episode, first time I feel confident about. Bad. If it was, a completely fictional story, it would probably be like, maybe even I would go so far as to say good. The fact that it's about Rosa specifically, and she has no fucking control over, her own, like, threat in the form of the, the racist time traveler they're all going against, which is, fine enough villain. Give Rosa a gun. It kind of makes it out to seem like her whole, like, she did the whole sitting on the bus thing just out of, like, cause out, like, she just did on a fucking whim instead of, like, she was specifically chosen to be the first person to do that. It was a whole fucking plan, and she just, like, I guess they didn't want to, like, maybe they were a bit anxious about, like, having her interact too much with the doctor because it's very recent history. But come on, give her a gun and let her shoot an alien, Like, let her have a little bit more control over her own goddamn destiny instead of, like, oh, actually, they didn't do her justice. They like threw in some facts about her, like they show her husband, and they show that, oh, she was friends with Martin Luther King, which is true, I believe. I think they were friends after. I don't got all my Rosa Parks lore in my head, but I know enough to know that this episode annoys the fuck out of me. They should have done her justice, and they should have given her a gun. Unless she was, like, non-violent or some shit. I don't remember. Arachnids in the UK. Arachnids in the UK does a thing I really hate. Where there's a character that the writer deems to be bad, so they pretend like everything they do is awful, and, like, the main rich guy who's just acting as though he's Alec Baldwin's character in 30 Rock, but in Doctor Who. Like, he shoots one of the spiders and puts it out of his misery, and the doctor acts like it's the worst thing. Yeah, she acts like he did a fucking genocide, and it's like, no, he killed a spider. And it's like, it was gonna die anyway. Why were you so pissy? She has this, like, no gun rule, and it's like, but it's not about, she doesn't have a no violence rule. She has a no gun rule. And that's weird, because, I don't know, I think he used it in a fair enough situation. She gets all pissy at him. This episode's kind of boring. Actually, this is bad too. But this is the first, like, attempt at going for horror, and, spiders are scary, like, if you're a fucking pussy bitch boy. But other than that, yeah. It's a very annoying episode. Also, there's some weird coincidences. Like, as his mom works for the guy that is having problems, and that her fucking roommate is the one causing, or neighbor is the one causing those problems. It's like, it's weird. Weird episode. The Serenga conundrum. There's some Mpreg in this one. That's probably the best bit in this it's okay. I like the Mpreg. Demons of Punjab. You know what? Demons of Punjab. I think it's good. You know what? I'll say fantastic. I think it has a very strong ending. I think it's one of Chibnall's best endings. And the intro is a little weak. I think the best thing about Chibnall era, low key, is that they finally got the budget to go to places other than the UK and America. Like and this is one of the first times. Like, I think before this, it's what before India, it's what Scotland. We go to Scotland once, and that one 12 Doctor episode where he has the fire, the Eaters of Light. They go to, I think it was like Scotland or Ireland, same thing. But other than that, it's just been UK and India, or UK and America. But Chibnall's finally going to places other than that, and that's cool. Because, you know, there's a lot of world out there, and the Doctor Who just explores like 2 countries for like 90% of it. You know, at least at the time they're on Earth, but whatever. Kerblam. Bad. I love how people were like, man, I can't believe Doctor Who has gone woke. And this is probably one of like the most right-wing episodes of Doctor Who. Why is Amazon the good guy? Why is it stupid? Why is this episode stupid? Like, the whole episode, it's almost like a fucking gotcha twist of like the characters are assuming that Amazon, or, you know, Kerblam is the bad guy, but that's just because they're stupid liberal snowflakes, and the system isn't the problem. The people who abuse it are. I mean, I guess it's true. It's mostly the people who abuse the system, but like, it's Kerblam's abusing the system. Fuck. Nah. Witchfinders. Why the fuck was King James in a random fucking town? That was weird. I mean, I don't know much about King James. Apparently, I guess he invented the Bible. That's good for him. I don't like that they made a guy so villainous and then had him be gay, bi, whatever. Why'd they make the queer man so evil? I mean, I guess King James was probably IRL, queer, and evil. I don't know. Why did I put in good? It's bad. It's fine. No, it's bad. The mud people were stupid. The Doctor gets drowned because she's a witch. Which, sure. It takes you away. It's crazy how they did an episode where they keep showing everyone's wives and they didn't have River Song in it. Probably because they're cowards. Bad. The Battle of Rantcor Av Kolos. Huh? Oh, shit. This episode. Yeah, for sure. They've got, like, these random overpowered kids. Kids. They're adults. They go to... They battle. They do battle. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the episodes of all time. It's hard to be mad at it. There's just not a lot going on. It's so hard to remember. Resolution. I'll go so far as to say that Resolution is good. It has a Dalek in it. And it's like a weird advanced Dalek. So it probably should have just been its own thing. But then it gets the Dalek armor at the end, and that's cool. It just kind of wrecks shit. That's fun. It's good. Doesn't really have anything else to make it better than just good, but you know, it's good. Oh, Spyfall. This is the introduction of the Master. I kind of hate that they fucking went back on Missy's arc, because I really liked Missy, and they just kind of fucking forgot about it. But it's okay. Maybe I would even go so far as say it's good. I'll say the first one's okay. Second one's good. Yeah, I think the second one had some fun moments where the Doctor's, slowly getting back to the present. That's fun. Spyfall 1's boring. Orphan 55. What the fuck was that ending? The Doctor Who just turns to the camera and she's like, but the future's not decided yet. We can save the Earth if everyone just recycles. Let's not think about how it's the big company's fault. Nope, it's the individual who has to recycle. Fuck you. Fucking, oh my god. Fucking should have been a fucking 5-minute PSA. The twist was stupid. Besides that, it's fine. The episode's fine. It's there's this girl who's fucking who acts just so insane. I don't get it. There a lot the side characters in this era of Doctor Who just don't cook. They just don't make them like they used to. Actually, you know what? Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. Good. Thomas Edison has a gun because, I guess the white guys can hold guns. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's a lot of what I think Rosa should have been. Where it's like, hey, look, they're actually contributing to shit. I think that's the best way to do it. And this looks bad out of context, putting Rose in bed. It's out of respect for Rosa Parks, not out of, oh boy. I mean, I would have voted for Obama a third time if that was a thing that could happen, and if I also wasn't like fucking like 6 when he was president. And also I wouldn't have. He's a war criminal, like every president. Fugitive of the Jadoon. I'm going fucking crazy being here for so long. Fugitive of the Jadoon. They do the fucking. Oh, she goes Jadoon near a lagoon. And it's like, fuck off. You ain't him. You ain't him. This is also the start of some crack level stupidity of the fucking. It's confirmed that Doctor Who was basically factory reset, and so she has all these like lost memories. I just don't care. I won't go so far as to say that it hurts the character or nothing, but it don't help him either. So, this episode felt very like set up-y, and that's not good. And also her the Doctor's companion dies. It's just no fanfare for him. Get fucked, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Praxeus. What connects a missing astronaut in the Indian Ocean where it's bathing screenshot? Oh, this shit. Another, it's just recycle episode. It's fine. I don't know, what am I gonna do? Have a strong opinion on Praxeus? No. I got places to be, things to see. I'm not gonna spend here talking about fucking Praxeus. Can you hear me? Do I remember this episode? I mean, I watched it. You can see the white bar. That means I watched it. What? 1380 Aleppo. Oh, no. I think yeah. This is the one with the gods, right? right? Uh, yeah. I don't know. Sure. I don't remember this episode. Haunting of Villa Diodati. This is the one with Mary Shelley. Um, there's the Cyberman who's like half human, or well, more human-y than Cybermen usually are, but he's still like a fucking freak. I don't like him very much. I think he's stupid, bad. The rest of this episode's boring. It's like a fucking haunted house episode, and it's so goddamn boring. Just, oh my god. The guy like sleepwalks through a wall, and it's like, okay. Ascension of the Cybermen. Fuck, do I care? Do I care? No, I don't. I don't care. Ascension of the Cybermen. It's fine. I'm not mad at it. You know, it exists. You know, it was made in 2020. I'm sure it must have been difficult to do things. And they just didn't cook. Talentless children. This one sucks. Master kills all of Gallifrey, which is a choice to kind of. The idea of Gallifrey being killed again, I'm cool with, but this is the ultimate, like, it's another episode where it ends with a guy just showing up and being like, I feel like killing, guy says, I feel like killing myself today, and then he does, and it's like, okay, cool. There's also just a lot of like plot dumping, which is crazy for a plot that just, I don't care. I don't care. Revolution of the Daleks. Oh yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's Captain Jack Harkness is back. He was back in Future of the Judoon, but who cares? It's okay. I don't know why they're also pissed at the Doctor for going away. Like, she was in fucking jail. It's not our fault. Fuck off. They're also mean. This is also when Yaz especially just really needs to start taking a chill pill. And that carries on especially into the whole Flux arc. Yeah, so let's get to the Flux. Everybody's favorite Flux. This introduces Dan, who's Chibnall's best companion. Mostly just because I like his voice. He has a very funny voice. And introduces Dan. I remember, because season 13 started, I still had hope in my heart. Yeah, it's good. Chapter 2, War Centaurans, also good. Once Upon a Time. Yeah, here. I'm just going to go quick. Once Upon a Time, also good. Village of the Angels, fantastic. I think this is... Is this my favorite Weeping Angel story? I like the side. I think it's really fun. I think this episode's fantastic. It feels weird putting it above Blink, but it might be. I'm not gonna be bold enough to say it's above Blink, but I'm bold enough to imply it. Survivor of the Flux. Yeah, it's good. Vanquishers, it's fine. The 3 Doctors didn't cook. The villains, or I don't get why they didn't kill the Doctor. It's a very messy ending. They just fix it with they fix the problem really easily. But other than that, I think the Flux was an overall great story. I think there was a lot of. It was a lot of fun. I think that was.
I liked. It really felt like a fucking apocalypse was happening, and that was cool. I think the Centaurans were really a really fun villain, overarching villain in this, of using the flux to their advantage, even though it was it was a little silly. Um, but yeah, I think it was some. I think the flux was. I think it was good. I think overall it was fun. I think where the episode was the worst, like a whole genocide of a species happens, and they just kind of gloss over that. And I think that sucked because I like the dog aliens. The dog aliens were cool. The fact that Chibnall wrote them off so quick was that makes me unhappy. You kill a bunch of dogs, you don't kill dogs. That's rude. That's like a story writing rule. You don't kill dogs. And then they Omega do that in this one, and I don't think the villain's cooked. I'll say it bad. It's a good thing that ends bad, which is like most Chibnall episodes. Eve of the Daleks. The one guy's weird, but other than that, I think it's good. Legend of the Sea Devils. They finally get pirates more right. Doesn't fully cook, but it's all right. And Power of the Doctor. I think the old companions are really fun to see. I think it's pretty fucking fun. What else is there to say? Um, I like seeing the old companions. I liked how it ended. I liked Whitaker's ending. The Yaz ended in a complicated way, but I don't think about Yaz ever, so that's fine. The Cybermen were cool in this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is also Rasputin Master. That's great. I like that. That was a really fun scene. The Cybermen and the Dalek turn to each other while he's dancing to fucking Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. There was a cat that really was gone. That shit was crazy. Yeah. And also, this is all the episodes. But trying to find, like, where the fuck is Rose? No, it's there. So I went through and I got the specials. Let's just. I really should have. Here, let's. How many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. I'll just there. Yeah, there we go. And change. There we go. That makes my heart happy. Should be fantastic instead of great, but whatever. Star Beast. Oh my god, This episode made me so fucking happy. On like a logistical, like, am I supposed to like do like a sit down and analyze? Maybe it would only be like a good, but in my heart it's a goat. It makes my heart so happy. To see Donna back. I think the scene of her, getting her memories back, I think that scene was fucking great. I spent all my money. Oh my god, it's just such a fucking joy to see the two back. And Meep's cool. I liked Rose Noble, who used the power of transgenderism to save the day. That's cool. You love to see it. Not a lot of people love to see it, but I did, because I'm a silly little liberal fuck. Um, And yeah, it's just such a fucking delight to watch. And of all the episodes of Doctor Who that I want to rewatch, this is up there. Of just, man, it was so fucking nice to see. And Wild Blue Yonder, it's good shit. I really like Wild Blue Yonder. So much fun. The enemies were cool. Is the giggle goated? Yeah. I love that ending so much. It's such a good ending for New Who. And because, let's be real, Doctor Who will probably never get a good, like, definitive ending. Because it'll be one of those things that just, it's going on for so long, it'll just end up fizzling out one day. It'll probably end up on, like, the series as a whole will probably end on, like, a fucking cliffhanger. But, so, this, it really does. It concludes, like, the last, like, 14 seasons, 13 and a few specials of Doctor Who in a really good way, with a really fun villain. There's a weird, like, it kind of feels like they're trying to, like, have a stance on, like, it was like, man, the internet makes everyone crazy. Man, Twitter be crazy. Which I guess they right, but that was kind of weird to see. Cause I'm so... because when I watched this, I watched them as soon as they came out, even though I was, most of the Doctor Who I was watching was in 2008. No, I was in David's first era during my rewatch when these came out. And so it was crazy to be like, just the difference. So that threw me for a loop, but thinking back on it, it's like, yeah, I'm fine with it. The dance scene or Spice Up My Life, that was iconic. Neil Patrick Harris is great in this. Yeah, I think this episode's goated. It's also a good send off to Donna and Wilfred. And it makes the heart happy. These episodes, these specials. And the church on Ruby Road. Ncuti Gatwa's first proper special. He shows up a bit in Giggle. This is a great introduction for Ncuti. The Giggle too. That's another pro of it all. It's great. Oh my god, it's great. The goblins are fun. Ncuti and what's her name? Oh my god, what's her name? Her name is Ruby, right? Yeah. Oh my god, my memory's gonna blank. But Ncuti Gatwa fills me with so much hope and joy. And I'm so excited to see what happens next. And maybe I'll think a little less of this episode if, Ncuti's era sucks. But I'm filled with so much fucking hope by the special that I just want to... I can't wait for, the next stuff to start coming out proper. So, yeah, it's great. But it is also another episode, so I was like, it's an intro episode. Intro episodes, it's hard for them to be proper good in my eyes. Maybe I'll use this and make a fucking... No, I won't. I was going to say make a complete thing. That seems like a lot of time. I don't want to do that. You can... Here. Let's go back on my list. See if there's any regrets. No. Yeah. This is my Doctor Who episode opinions. Amy Pond sucks. Bill and Donna do not. And Chibnall is... That's a weird thing to think about. That I technically Matt Smith has more bad episodes than Jodie does. I remember liking Matt Smith so much. I remember thinking he was my favorite. I don't know why. Rewatching just was such a fucking tough trial. But man, him and the Pawns just did not work for me. But that's my Doctor Who opinions. If you disagree, comment below. Please comment and engage. Comment twice. Comment twice on the video. But subscribe only once. This was, let's see, the first recording was about an hour. This was been about. That is. Yeah. That'll. Yeah, that's a lot. I've done a lot of talking. But hopefully this was a good background video. My voice hurts. I'm ending the episodes now. All right. My name is Robin from Channel Cellbinder, signing off.